Okay, what's up, friendos? Welcome back. It's Build a Rocket Boy time. Mindseye, one of my favourite stories. There's not like a huge update every time one of these things happens, but the last few updates we've had have been crazy because what you have here is either a case of somebody just being completely incapable of accepting their own responsibility or role in the failure of their company and their product, or somebody that has... they need to be checked on. They need to be, taken into a room and spoken to and seen whether or not they are okay. Like, somebody needs to go and pat them on the shoulder and go like, are you all right, bud? Do you need to talk? Because what happened with Mindseye and Build a Rocket Boy is... it makes no fucking sense, right? What you have is a company that raised a bunch of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, off the back of... We were part of making this big successful game, Grand Theft Auto, and other games associated with Rockstar. So now we're going to make our own company. We're going to hire a bunch of people with somebody else's money mostly. And then we're going to release a product that has the assumption it will do well because of who we are. The product that they released was called Mindseye, and it was terrible. Like, there's no... this is not an opinion. This is not me giving my opinion because I've not played the game. But when you look at something that's had the marketing reach and the eyeballs that this thing had and did as badly as it has done, as well as continues to do as badly as it has done, it's not an opinion to say this thing fucking sucks, right? So when they then come out and say, even from before release, which is kind of telling that they knew something was gonna go wrong with this game, that... oh, there's a fucking paid espionage campaign to ruin our game. They didn't have to try very hard, did they, mate? I think the people, if somebody did pay them to do something, they should get a refund. Because little did they know you were going to do their job for them and they didn't need to pay anybody. But either that or this was the most CIA level fucking Black Ops, conspiracy that they... maybe they climbed into your brain while you were asleep and made the game bad from day one. In which case, props to them, I guess. They got their fucking money's worth. But then, throughout this entire time, the people in charge of this company have been repeatedly making allegations, even publicly naming individuals. If the shoe was on the other foot, they would have probably sued them. Like, if you were like a big... C-suite fucking multi-millionaire and somebody was repeatedly saying, oh, you by name did a crime, you committed a crime against me, they probably would have sued them. But because it's like, punching down to a small YouTuber and things like that, and these ad agencies that just want to be left the fuck alone, obviously nothing's happened other than it's made them look really stupid and delusional. Like, some level of... I know we use narcissism a lot nowadays, but this looks like some kind of like narcissistic, delusional fucking psychosis or something. Just an opinion, of course. But basically what happened last time was there was a leaked internal meeting between the top brass at Build a Rocket Boy and the remaining employees, because they fired fucking hundreds of them, and then again just fired more people very recently in a really shitty way where like 2 paragraphs were like, oh man, fucking love these people, really sucks to fire them, gosh darn, but those goddamn people who fucking, sabotaged our game and company, we're really going to hold them accountable one day soon. Nothing happens, as usual. But obviously, at one point, like, when the internal meeting was leaked, they were naming people, they were saying, oh, we're going to put them in our game, we're going to make a level with them, and they've doubled down on this. This is not a double down, actually. This is not a triple down. This is not quadruple down. They're just down. They're always down. They're in the fucking gutter. They've spent all their money at the blackjack table and they've pissed themselves, I think. So, speaking to GamesBeat, Gerhard, I don't know how you pronounce this guy's name, I'm never going to look it up. Gerhard claims that the new mission will be called Blacklist and will feature a female playable character. We are also using that to share some of the evidence of the sabotage with the community. Who's... brother, there's 9 people online right now, 18 24-hour peak. You want to share it with your community, just get them in a room, mate. It only costs a couple of grand to fucking fly them all from all over the world to get them in a room and share it with them. Why you got to put a mission in the game? Just speak to it, send them all a letter, a handwritten letter. It'll be easier to get the message across. But why are you concerned with sharing evidence of this sabotage? Bro, take the people to court. I am firmly of the belief that this didn't happen, but I'm also firmly of the belief that if it did, those people should be held responsible. Take them to court. If you have evidence of this, why are you putting it in a fucking mission in your video game almost nobody plays? Hold them legally accountable. What is this meme shit? It's fucking pathetic, frankly. He did not provide further information as to what this would entail. However, he previously told Insider Gaming that the studio was also planning to use the names of people who had committed the alleged sabotage in the new mission. That's not going to happen, hopefully. And this is what he said, let's have some fun with it, he said at the time. Let's tell the community the story before it even plays out in court. So, I think this is not us being the victim. You are the victim. You are making yourself the victim at every fucking turn. You are literally playing the victim. Oh, this happened to us. No, your game sucks. Like, again, maybe there is evidence. Let's pretend. Let's live in this world that maybe there's evidence some people were paid to do something. Did that materially impact the outcome of the game in the studio? Like, for real? Because if this game was good, people would have played it. Like, it's as simple as that. You wouldn't have needed to pull... Because when this game came out and they were paying influencers, streamers on Twitch, thousands of dollars to fucking play the game in front of their audience, how could you sabotage somebody sat there playing the game that you paid? How if somebody was like, oh, this game sucks, let's go with this premise, somebody was paid to be like, oh, this game sucks, and posted a YouTube video about it, how would that impact the reception of somebody, not them, sat playing the game? Or are we to believe that these people were paid to come in and fucking, get an Etch-a-Sketch and change all your art to like pictures of dicks or something? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense, and it never will. But again, if there is evidence of this, prove it. You've been talking about this for fucking over a year at this point. Prove it. Show any evidence. Not in a mission in your video game that pretty much nobody's going to see. Let's be real. Let's be frank about it. Nobody's playing the game. Take them to court. Like, it surely can't be that fucking difficult if you've got all the evidence. But then he said, we've taken a couple punches. We've kept turning the other cheek while we got our house in order. Now it's time to start judoing this right back at them. And let's have some fun with it. At the end of the day, we are storytellers, we are game makers. You should tell your fucking game that. The sabotage he's referring to is his claims over the last year that there was a concerted effort to trash the game in the studio by both internal and external saboteurs. He claims that the saboteurs paid off influencers or paid for spam bots to denigrate the game on social platforms. He's yet to provide evidence to back up these claims, and former publisher IO Interactive has denied their merit. I never saw this, so I didn't want to bring it up. But when this was brought up to IOI, which is the publisher who publishes Hitman, who has just dropped them, by the way, they're no longer working together. When he was asked this, he responded, quote, "I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I just think the game should speak for itself on June 10th. Then the game came out, and obviously, as the time has gone on, they've stopped working together. A Hitman mission that was planned to go into Mindseye, or vice versa, I don't remember, is no longer happening, and they're not working together. But of course, they're wishing them luck and saying, oh yeah, fucking, you go get them, champ. You'll definitely come out the other side of this one, great. But realistically, I could believe that somebody had paid for bots to talk shit about the game. I can't believe that this would have made any difference, though. Like, maybe if you had 100 players and people saw a bunch of bots or like a paid influencer saying that the game sucked, maybe that pool of 100 players would have gone down to 95. But if you had 95% of people still on board and you apply that number to the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people that saw the game and decided actively not to play it based on live streams of it being played and YouTube videos of people playing it and Steam reviews and Metacritic reviews of publications that have legal, ethical responsibility and editors, and then also Metacritic user reviews. Just can't be true, is it? Like, let's be real, it ain't. In the same Game Beat interview, he said that the authorities in both the US and UK were investigating what he believes to be criminal corporate espionage. Quote, "We've got very strong evidence of this and conducted quite thorough investigations over the months since launch. We've identified parties involved, and it's now with the authorities, both UK and US, to deal with. I can confirm that they are assisting us with this investigation. And it's also in their hands now. I mean, which one is it? We'll leave them to do what they do, make their arrests or any announcements in due course. I think we are not saying anything further at this stage on that. We'll just let the natural course of justice take its path, which is what most people would have done over a year ago when you started doing this. When did this game actually come out? Because it started before then. 10th of June 2025. So I can't remember if it was earlier in June, just before the release, that this began. But this has been going on for a while, right? But then we get the good news. Obviously, everything's going well, because to that end, studio head and former GTA 5 producer Leslie Benzies is back from an extended vacation that he took, by the way, just for context. He took the extended vacation right after news publications started bringing up that his name had been mentioned in the Epstein files. Am I making some kind of allegation here? No, just for clarity's sake, don't send me a cease and desist on Discord like you did Cyberboy. I'm just saying that the timing is when it happened. The things started coming out, and very briefly after that, Leslie took a break. Is it related? I don't know. Make your own fucking determination. It's not my position. But then the good news here is, of course, he also suggests the studio isn't done with layoffs even after 2 rounds of them. He also alleges that the game is being very well reviewed. And then IGN inserts their own fucking look at the very well reviews here. And the Metacritic score is 39. User review score is 2.6 in its mixed score on Steam. And we gave it a 4 out of 10. And that sales are, quote, increasing organically, doubling almost weekly. At the time this was written, 11 people were playing Mindseye on Steam. Well, I've got you beat because there's 9 right now. So they're doubling sales. So maybe they went from 1 to 2. Maybe they went from 2 to 4. Maybe they went from 4 to 8. 3 to 6. Who knows? We're doing fucking quick maths here. Quick math. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3. Quick maths. Everyday man's on the block. Smoke trees. Yeah. What a classic. We're bringing it back, guys. But yeah, that's Mindseye. I guess we can fucking move on. It is what it is. Again, if you got evidence, take these people to court. Surely, if you've got enough concrete evidence, there's police forces looking into this, a fucking multi-continent manhunt for the people that ruined Mindseye. Surely you've got enough for a fucking civil proceeding then, because the burden of proof is considerably lower. So I don't know. I guess no court case, but there will be a DLC. So got that to look forward to, of course. All 7 fucking people that play this game will be double thumbs up, very excited. But there we go. Thanks for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.